think we'll be fine.
Add to my workload. That means I'm building all this shit on the back end.
I guess that is true.
Or helping somebody, like, more than just collecting the schedules and putting it into one document.
Oh, that's a fish. Oh my God, that's a good. Hold on, I got a fish. Give me a second.
It justifies my position just a little bit more as well.
Hey, you get to make the video. I caught a fish while I was on phone with you, buddy.
Hey, yes.
Pretty good one too. Freezing cold, dude. That thing is, it feels like it's 20 degrees. Lipless crankbait always works. We're gonna walk away from the phone for a second just to weigh our fishy real quick, guys, but we'll get into an intro in a minute. First fish of the day, 136, not bad out of this pond. Red lipless, ripping it, yo-yoing off the bottom. Let's let him go.
But in January, so January will be the first time that I'm doing it.
There you go.
Because I planned the trip, like I purposely looked at North Alabama.
I got another one. Oh. Hey, I caught another one with you on the phone. I just cracked another one, by the way.
Another fish?
Yeah. Cracking them today. Good, good. Nice.
Fish talking to me, bro.
Yeah, I know. Fish talking to you. I catch fish, apparently. Ruby red lips. What we got? Poor scale don't want to work. It's cold.
He asked me to, it was on my schedule already.
105.
You guys like semi-reopen the Coliseum.
See you, buddy. Hey guys, that was fish number 2. I'm gonna pick up the jig. This is a new rod, but we'll get into this in a minute. Like, why can I hold on, fish? I got one. Dang, that's another pretty good one. Man. Well, that's 3. 3 different baits too. Another fish. New rod. First fish on the new rod. We'll talk about it in a bit.
Well, I'll let you keep rolling, homie. You guys have fun. And I will talk to you soon, brother. I'll try to see you tomorrow when I go in for graduation, assuming I graduate.
All right, homie. Sounds good.
Later, dog.
All right, I appreciate it. I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Shout out to David Miller. He's one of my best and closest friends in this world, but we just talking shop and, you know, catching up because we don't get to talk like we used to, but I've caught 3 fish while I've been on the phone with him, so he was a heck of a good luck charm today. We'll kind of get into what's going on today, guys. Looks like the scale may end up not wanting to work today. She's being pretty fickle. I'll try resetting the battery real quick, but we'll get this fish back in here real quick if it doesn't work from a reset of the battery. All right, fellas. Looks like the scale is not wanting to work. It's cold, old batteries, but I'd say he's about a pound 10 maybe. I'm just gonna give myself the pound to make an easy math for me, but I had a 105 and a 136 earlier on 3 separate baits so far. We're gonna let this one go real quick. See, buddy. But let's talk about this rod for a second, guys. As I said, we're kind of here just at a little local pond. You all have seen this pond a few times. It's private. I just have permission to fish it, but it's very cold out. It's been in the low 30s for highs this week and in the high teens for lows. So I just came to somewhere where I'm pretty confident that I can get bit. But main reason we're here today is for this rod. It's a Phoenix M1. I think it's a 7.4 medium heavy extra fast, but it's a little early of a Christmas present here from Lexi, so shout out to her. It's beautiful. First fish on it. Didn't really get to feel no sensitivity there because he just picked it up and ran with it. But we'll see if we can get us a little best 5. I may fish one more pond today, but it's starting out way better than I expected today, guys. Way better. Just throwing a little bitsy bug on this right now, but as you can see, they're eating a little bit of everything. I caught one on a red lipless, I caught one on a mooch minnow, on a demiki, and all pretty solid little bass, but they're pretty active, so I think we're gonna crush quite a bit out of this. Let's keep going and just keep fishing. Guys, I just had my jig sitting there on the bottom, just had one swim off with it. I was not paying attention. We'll see if he'll come back maybe. He was swimming with it for like 20 seconds there. Well, he bit immediately again, guys, but he's skinny as a rail. We'll give us 3/4 pound, so not super big, but skinny little fish. Keeper though, 4. Let's keep going. All right, fellas, I'm gonna actually try to record now. Lord. So I've had 2 bites or 3 bites on this rod, and it's sensitive as can be. Feels great. We're gonna keep going with the jig a little bit. My intention was to really keep this in my hand and just see how I do. Of course, I brought some other things in case I couldn't get bit on a jig, but seems like it's working pretty good right now. This rod feels really nice. It's very light too. This is the replacement for my X Pride that was broken a few months ago. But it's a lot lighter than the X Pride was, and that was a main thing I wanted to try to do. Also, I paired it with that Chronarch 200E7 you all saw in a recent video as well that I just got. But pretty nice little setup. Also, just to give you all kind of the conditions today, today is the warmest day of the week by temperature. It's supposed to get up to about 48 degrees today. And for some reason, I guess this little valley, it's a northeast wind coming in, and it just doesn't set up well for the wind to hit this pond, which is actually pretty beneficial today. Most situations I want wind, but we're getting a sustained 15-mile-an-hour wind today with up to 39-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And fishing a jig in 39-mile-an-hour wind does not sound like an enjoyable time to me, but for some reason this little pond just isn't getting hit by it. Like I said, I got a couple other ones I may kind of mess around and fish today that will probably be a little more wind blown, and the jig probably will not be the move in those ponds if we do catch any, but chances for big ones maybe. We'll see. All right, fellas, let's kind of just talk about what we're doing a little bit right now. Right now I'm just dragging a little bitsy bug. This pond has smaller fish in it. I wouldn't say it has tiny fish in it. I've caught some, 2-pounders out of it and stuff, but mostly they're pretty cookie cutter in that 1 to 1 3/4 realm. But that bait does really well in this pond for some reason, so that's why I'm throwing it. But also, I just brought a demiki rig as well, just in case I need it, and a red lipless and also a jerk bait. Those are just kind of fishing the conditions. Windy day with some cold water, and very clear in here, but I think the jig is definitely going to be the move in this pond. It's setting up really well for it. I loosely kind of locked my guesstimations, undershot them just slightly, but we have about 4 pounds with 4 out of here right now, which, like I said, I've done much better than that, but I got the scale to finally work, so hopefully we can go crack a few more. I'm going to kind of move down a little bit and make some casts with a little bit of everything and just kind of work our way to the deeper end. All right, guys, we've moved down a little piece here so I can kind of just get some different directional cast here. As you see, this is a very small pond, and he has a fountain that comes across. As you can see, there's cables that run to keep it centered in the pond, so you can't really cast over it. I mean, you can, but if you want to potentially lose baits and potentially ruin the homeowner's gear, I could do that, but I'm not that kind of guy. So I kind of break it down into halves. This is the shallower end. couple things about this pond that just I key into. Obviously, you always have running water here, so this is always a high oxygenated spot, which usually tends to hold fish. You have a nice dock here. It's a little shallow and the water is incredibly clear. I did catch one off of it, as you all saw earlier. But the main focal point in the shallow end was where I caught my first jig fish up there. You can see that little culvert up in the corner. That is actually a freshwater spring that feeds directly into this pond. And in the summer, it's a wonderful spot because this pond will get up into, you know, the high 80s in water temp everywhere. But that spot will stay in the 60s because it's a really cold freshwater spring. Now here, it's you know, a probably warmer water right now than the rest of the pond because the spring kind of stays in that ambient temperature because it's obviously underground, so it stays a little bit more of a specific temperature. But I caught one there, one on the outside edge of it, one pretty close. Usually the shallow end doesn't do this great. I usually pick up one or two kind of around the dock or around the spring, but 4 on this end. I'm very hopeful for this side. As we kind of segue, we got a stump there. I've caught a lot around the edge. We've got a couple of rocks over in that corner around the other culvert. But I'm throwing the jerk bait right now, just trying to get one on everything I brought with me and see if we can. Alrighty, let's move over to the deeper side. I think we're gonna crack a few over here. I know I said I'm here to fish a jig, but that lipless bite I got earlier was emphatic, and I just want to kind of replicate a little bit. Also guys, it is now December, and those were my first few bass in the month of December, which keeps my my, I don't even know how many month streak now. I think I'm at, if I catch one in January, it makes it 2 full years, so 23 month streak of catching a bass every month. It does get pretty tough in some of those months in Kentucky, but we're trying to keep it going. Okay. This stump was hungry for my lipless, and now we're going to go try to retrieve it here. Sometimes where this pond is very small, you can kind of walk around it and get your bait unhung off of this log. I won't say it works every time because I have lost a bunch, but we're gonna walk around here and see if we get it back. There's one. Yo-yoing a lipless, man. It's pretty good one too. That'd be fish number 5 and keeper number 5. And you know they want it, dude. When they're hitting it and getting that front treble, they want this bait. So we're gonna walk around, get us a weight on this one, and meet up with the rest of my gear now that I got my lipless back. Fish number 5 here. Get us a best 5 weight currently, 108. I guessed him at about a pound, so pretty close. We're gonna see if we can make some culls. We still got one that was real skinny, just barely a 12-incher, but saw a little bass. We're gonna let him go. See, bud. And he's out of here. Kind of sticking with the lipless at this moment. Seems like it's working pretty daggone good right now, so. Trying to make this slightly more informational than my usual videos, guys, just cause, you know, I like to try to teach when I can, but it is, you know, definitely in full-fledged season here of lipless crankbait season. But this bait is very similar to a jerk bait for me, and it's odd to say because it's nothing like a jerk bait, but like a jerk bait, it's all about the cadence of how you retrieve this bait. I've caught so many fish just hard cranking this like a square bill or something, you know, running into cover. And I've caught so many doing that. But right now, in this pond, the only way I've been touched on it is yo-yoing it really slow off the bottom. Sometimes it's like a burn stop kind of thing, you know. There's different little retrieves, but it's all about trying to find the cadence that day that the fish want. There's one. That might be a good one. I don't know. He's fighting hard, dude. He ain't that big, but he's fighting hard. Oh no, that's a good bass, actually. Yeah, that's a good one, man. Barely had him one treble. He will definitely call out our .72. Man, heck yeah, guys. That's pretty solid. I mean, he's not huge. He's probably a pound and a half or so. They're beautiful in here. That water is crystal clear right now, so the lateral lines, you can see it coming down, and then just their markings. Beautiful right now, though. All right, let's get a weight. Biggest of the day so far, 147. We're gonna get rid of that little .72 we caught earlier. But that's a good one, man. Solid little bass. We'll let him go too. See you, buddy. Man, the lipless is just working, guys. I mean, that's what they want in here right now. This will probably call out that other one that was under a pound, and it will. That's a good fish. Solid bass, man. This is just what they want. I mean, it's very apparent. Let me take my buff off so y'all can actually hear me a little bit better. But very apparent that they just want the lipless today. Yeah. All right. Another solid one. He's probably like a pound and a quarter or so. Hooked him in the tongue, so we're gonna weigh him and get him in real fast here. Literally on the dot, 125. So he calls out the third one of the day. Another solid bass. I think a 105 is our smallest in our best 5. Swam off good. That's good to see. Guys, I'm gonna record for a second here real quick, but GoPro is dying on me. It's just super cold. A catfish. I spooked it out of this corner. I thought it was a bass chasing my lipless right after the GoPro died. He just cut a trail across the top of the water. It was very weird. He was about this long. It's probably a 6-7 pound catfish. Very interesting. But I'm gonna turn you all off and let y'all charge for a little bit, and if I catch one, I will update you. All right, fellas, we're gonna turn you back on. Just a forewarning, we're on the windiest part of the pond right now, so it's probably gonna be a little loud when I turn around here. But I feel like I called it earlier in the video. I think we should catch a couple here. We've already caught one, but now that we're directly right here, bringing the bait straight into the wind, I think we'll pick a couple more up out of this corner, hopefully. Here goes that catfish again, guys. I don't know what he's doing, but he just took off again. He must have, he's sitting right here, but he keeps coming back to this area, but I guess I keep spooking him. He just took off like a rocket ship, man. All right, fellas, I think I've about played him out in here actually for the day. It's been a heck of a day in here. I don't know what my best 5 is actually yet. I haven't actually looked at the weight. I'm gonna make a few more on this deeper end with the lipless, which is the only thing I've actually caught a fish on this entire side of the pond. And then we're gonna go up and just kind of, you know, make a few casts around some of those key spots on the shallow end where they usually are. And then we'll get the heck off this pond, and I think I'm gonna go try to fish one more maybe. All right, fellas, we're gonna call it on this first pond. I'm gonna get over here to the boat, or get over here to the boat board, get over here to the truck and get everything kind of situated, and we're gonna head to this next pond. And I'll give you a weight here in just a minute as well for the pond 1. See if we can get another best 5 limit out of pond 2. I have dropped my pliers somewhere, so I'm walking right back around the pond here trying to find where I have misplaced my pliers. But while we're doing that, I'm gonna give y'all an outro. I think it was 7 fish, had 8 bites. Pretty daggone solid for a December day. in a little small pond, but best 5. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. 623. No means is that a big bag or anything, but it's a pretty solid little bite, and pattern them pretty well, and you can never be disappointed in that. But I'm gonna try to find my pliers, and then I will catch you all next time. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you next time. See ya.